Hello, everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Revue Starlight, episode 6. In the last episode, we got another improvement, so to speak. Yet another character was enriched through Karen, and this time it was Mahiru. Mahiru or Kaoruko. I always mistake the two. Mahiru. I think Mahiru. Karen's girlfriend, Karen's wife, essentially. That it was, this time it was her. She had issues with like low self esteem and whatnot, and she was essentially, she defined herself through Karen, through being Karen's caretaker. And now that Karen decided to take care of herself, she had issues. And she had to fight those issues out with Karen herself, right? What other ways are there of resolving interpersonal conflicts than fighting on an underground stage, on an underground fight club led by a talking giraffe, right? I know of no better ways than to do that, and that's essentially what they did. Mahiru was reminded of her own shine, of her own merit, right? Of the ways that she was able to quote unquote make a name for herself even before she came to the school, right? She was a brilliant woman, a brilliant girl, and she kind of forgot about it, didn't she? But now, thanks to Karen and thanks to everybody else, honestly, she was reminded of it yet again. They ate some potatoes, and now Mahiru is all the better for it. Still, probably at least a little bit jealous of Hikari, don't get me wrong, but overall, she is better for it. That's essentially what happened. Anything else? No, I don't think much else really happened. It was a very significant episode, like quality wise, because the conflict between Mahiru, Hikari, and Karen was coming. Yeah, it was. It has been long since coming, or whatever the expression is for it. But yeah, we had it coming, and it came, and it was solved mostly, and it went. And what's gonna happen now in this episode? Well, that's anybody's guess, really. Honestly, I I have so much trouble ever predicting what's gonna happen. Uh, I think mostly due to the episodic nature of this show, right? There wasn't an how should I say it? No, like overarching story that has some progression was established yet, right? We have the goal established of Karen and Hikari and possibly everybody else reaching the top, becoming the top stars and whatnot, but there is no schedule to it, I guess. No layout, no plan, right? I can't say with 100% certainty that yes, in this episode, Karen is gonna fight Futaba. I just can't because anything can happen. It might be an episode of complete downtime. It might be an episode focused on Banana and her doubts. It might be another episode focused on the rivalry between Maya and Claudine. It might be an episode where Kaoruko goes shopping, and that's the episode. She goes shopping, and there's probably some surreal imagery to it, but it's just her going shopping. Anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen, and I have no clue what's that gonna be, and I kinda like it. Kinda hate it because it's hard to make any sort of predictions, but I also kinda like it because it makes the show unpredictable. And that's a lot of fun when what you're watching is completely, or at least mostly, unpredictable. So, let's not waste time trying to make predictions in vain. Let's just watch it. I'm gonna give you your subs and myself some sound, and we can just start watching episode 6 of Revue Starlight, version by Ripple, and we can do it as early as in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Kaoruko going shopping? Did I call it? Oh, Childhood Adventures of Kaoruko and Futaba. Is today's theme gonna be Kaoruko fighting with Futaba? For whatever reason. Kaoruko, the girly Ojo-sama, and Futaba, the boyish tomboy friend. And she found that family at school, didn't she? Yeah, the sheltered girl and the tomboy. Gotta love that dynamic. Hmm. I'll have to fight her. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, okay, that's where we're starting. Why not? I'm waiting for my tea to cool down, so I got some water with pear and elderflower syrup. Hmm. Futaba versus Kaoruko. Interesting. Possibly like the least likely. No, I wanted to say that they are like the least likely ones to fight, but I think the least likely pair to fight would be Banana and Junna. Banana doesn't seem like a person who would be very much into fighting, let alone with Junna. Oh, come on. My glasses are really dirty, apparently. But I need HD vision to experience Revue Starlight in full. Hmm. Why would Futaba be fighting Kaoruko? I guess we're gonna get some backstory on their fight. Okay, she found someone new to take care of, to be a mother hen. Yeah, Is Kaoruko asleep? Almost. The gang is all here. Well, except Claudine and Maya. Stepping. Okay. Interesting. What's next? Irish dance? Who taught you that? Oh, new characters? Or just a. Oh, the bunch of randos from the backstage club or whatever. Okay, so we're finally starting our work on Starlight. Hmm. Oh. Karen in the first. Interesting. Reverting to, what is it? Kansai dialect? Oh. Oh, that's harsh. Huh. Okay, so she's great at dancing, but not great at acting, apparently. No? So that's what their fight is gonna be about? The contrast. Some bikes and one motorcycle. Oh, Futaba isn't here to massage her shoulders. She's learning tap dancing from Claudine. Are we gonna get a second review of Jealousy? Yep, second review of Jealousy. Nobody stole anything. Those are the auditions. Yeah. I mean, auditions are auditions. I mean, you told her to do that. You told her to do that, Kaoruko. Banana's just snapping photos. with your sore muscles. Oh, right, I can show her. Or will you? Damn. Okay, that's a ricochet and a half. She's just getting demolished. Futabahan ain't here. Or will it be a review of Envy? Rather. Huh. Is it a ploy to see if Futaba is gonna follow? You do. Most of all. It's both jealousy and envy. Don't play games you're not prepared to lose. I mean, simple as. Not with that attitude. Oh yeah, she's raising prices. Tenfold. Oh, you managed? Yeah, Futaba doesn't care. Hmm. You're gonna be the one who regrets it most. No, it's not her. I mean, why? You told her to, or like, to leave you alone, that your decision is final and whatnot. Why should she play games with you? Oh, I guess she's here after all. Yeah, to say my farewells. Notification from a giraffe incoming. Notification from a giraffe incoming. You have a chance to fight it out. The Review of Envy. Halbert versus Naginata. Initially, I thought that Futaba is gonna use an axe, but no, it's a whole ass halberd. Oh, Review of Promises. Review of Promises. I don't recall any promises being mentioned. Or maybe? Wakarimasu. Oh, the promise to always be by each other's side, essentially. Gotcha. Review of Promises. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Everything for your sake. And you're extremely ungrateful, Kaoruko. Claudine fighting with Junna. I want to stand on the same stage with you. Yep. Can I say that I love her earrings? Futaba's earrings. Okay, cut off your button. Oh. Well, that was underhanded. Change of scenery. Oh. She's not even running, she's just flying. That's the dance that captivated you all those years ago. Hmm. I'm not sure if I like this resolution of the fight. I honestly think I would have preferred if Kaoruko really cut off her own button. But hey, all's well that ends well, right? Is it Kaoruko taking Futaba with her? Just a single candy? Oh, I thought the roles are gonna be reversed, but no. I guess Kaoruko doesn't have a license, so yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's it. Huh. That was a. I don't want to say it was a nothing episode. Hmm. But it kinda does feel like nothing really happened, to be perfectly honest with you. Interesting. I guess we're gonna go through it again, and maybe then I'm gonna figure. I'll be able to figure out why exactly do I feel that way. Perhaps because in the end we got back to status quo, kinda. Except with Kauruko being a little bit more appreciative. This episode feels like it caused the smallest change so far. I think that's it. Yeah, yeah, I think that's it. Every episode before caused a very significant change in the character that was the star of this particular episode. This one was kinda banana. Okay, next episode is gonna be about banana. Interesting. Okay, let's go full screen and let's go through this episode again, shall we? Uh, childhood. Yeah. Kauruko being a little bit of a sheltered, a little bit of a closeted, maybe even Ojo-sama, coming from a good family that has a history of traditional Japanese dance and whatnot. And her best friend is the tomboy that wears some sports jersey or sports t-shirt, I guess, has a bike and buys her sweets. A very classic dynamic, I guess you could say, but one that I'm very fond of. Mm, I think, I'm not entirely sure. Mm, this episode was kind of a little bit hard, maybe not hard, but not obvious to follow. At many points here, I thought I have an idea about what's the main theme of it, but then I was promptly proven wrong. Previous episodes were very clear. The very previous episode, right? It was very clear that it was an episode about Mahiru's problems, right? The one before that, it was an episode about the one where Hikari decided that she wants to go back, it or that she wants to travel or I don't know, just visit some places and whatnot. It was an episode that was focusing on Hikari's and Karen's promise and whether or not Hikari believes in Karen, believes that she has what's needed, right? We had an episode where Junna was the lead, not the lead, but like the focus character, and it all resulted in a change in Junna, a very obvious, very real, and fairly big change in Junna's character. Every single episode was very, as I mentioned, very focused on a certain character and a certain particular issue, an issue that was very obvious, pretty much right from the get go, right? For example, Mahiru's issues with Hikari living with them and potentially taking Karen away from her were that was obvious from the very moment that Hikari appeared in the show. That's where it's gonna go eventually. In this case, at first I thought, uh, yeah, at first I thought that they are fighting here because Futaba wants to protect Kaoruko for some reason, and Kaoruko wants to do something stupid, and Futaba decides that she has to beat some sense into her, because Futaba was always the protector, so to speak, to Kaoruko, right? She was always the one who drove her on her bike, who bought her sweets, who was protecting her and being her number one fan and whatnot. So I thought that's what it's gonna be about. And then we learned of the auditions later. And no, right, then we heard that Futaba was learning stepping from someone else, and I thought it's gonna be about jealousy, a very similar theme that we had with Mahiru. Then mm, the auditions, and Kauruko didn't get in, but Futaba did, and I thought it's gonna be about envy, right? How come I, from a great like lineage, the master of dancing, and from the very young age and whatnot, how could I have lost auditions to some uncouth tomboy, right? I thought that's gonna be the main conflict here. Here, jealousy seeps in again, and all this time I really wasn't sure what it's gonna be about. Because every time something new appears, something new happens, the theme of the episode seems to be different. The relationship between Kauruko and Futaba seems to be different. Here, it seems like the main conflict was that Futaba was essentially dragged into the school by Kaoruko, and pretty much against her will. Futaba wouldn't have even thought about being a dancer or being an actress, uh, but because Kaoruko went there, Futaba followed. and now Kaoruko bears some resentment for her, that someone who just got in not because she wants to be an actress, not because she was showing any particular talent as a child or whatever. She's getting a role in the audition, and I, who was an actress and a dancer since a very young age, I didn't get in. Again, the theme of envy. All this time, I really wasn't sure. Uh, Here, I was really hoping that Futaba isn't gonna appear, that Kaoruko is going to figure things out herself, or that she's gonna get a notification from the giraffe and she's gonna decide that, what the hell, I'm gonna give it one last shot. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna fight it out, or something. So again, Futaba appearing here, not exactly unexpected, but not quite the way I was hoping for it to go. And of course, they're fighting it out. And here, I really thought that Kaoruko actually understood that, hey, you won the auditions, and what can you do? Auditions are auditions, right? Maybe you really were more worthy. You're putting actual effort into it. I was just riding on the coattails of my birth, of my like childhood achievements and whatnot. You started from essentially zero, from a nobody, and now you won the auditions. So you know what? You did good. You deserved it. I really thought she's gonna understand it. I really thought she's gonna understand and start appreciating Futaba more, because uh, for a while in this episode it even seemed to me like Kaoruko is that spoiled princess, kind of a trope, kind of a thing where she takes what Futaba does for her for granted. And I thought that at this moment she actually understood all of it, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna make it up for you. I'm gonna make it up for all those years that I treated you as my lackey, for my whole outburst. You know, you really are more worthy of being on the stage. Snap. I think it would have had more impact, honestly. I really honestly think it would have had more impact. But alas, that's not what happened. And they continued fighting. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. I went over like the main theme, and how everything here was changing. The main theme was changing all this time. And I think that's why this episode seemed so inconsequential, maybe, to me. Because sure, it seems like Kaoruko now appreciates Futaba a little more, but did anything else change? It wasn't shown, at the very least. Maybe more things actually did change, but if they did, it wasn't shown. Okay, I like the fact that Mahiru now found herself someone new to be a mother hen to. And what you know, it's actually Hikari. Although it wouldn't surprise me if Mahiru became like the mother hen to their entire dorm. And yeah, she has those like maternal instincts, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, I am actually the big sister. Hmm. Step dancing and the auditions. Claire, Flora, goddess of fury, goddess of escape, goddess of arrogance, goddess of curse, goddess of jealousy, goddess of despair. For a moment, I thought that the goddesses here correspond to the names of the reviews. There is a goddess of jealousy, and we had a review of jealousy. But today we had a review of Promises, and there is no goddess of promises, so that theory out of the window. Maya dead last. Main cast selection. Who's that? I don't know, it's not translated. I'm assuming that's Futaba. Futaba Isurugi. Futaba Isurugi. Okay, that would like fit the amount of characters, I guess. The amount of syllables would fit the amount of characters. So that could be, that's probably Futaba. Maya did last. Claudine, not, no, that's, is that order? I thought like 18 is last and 1 is first, but is it like their score? Or is Karen did last? Or is it just no particular order, just who passed the auditions? I think that might be it. Yeah, I think those are their like student numbers or something, and not actually the order, because there are gaps. That's another thing. Okay, whatever. They passed. Uh, Kaoruko didn't. Sorry for yawning, but I'm recording it really late because I forgot today is Monday. I guess now Tuesday, and that I should be recording a review, and now I have to make it up for you and record it as early as I can, which means very early. We are 2 hours into Thursday. And again, Kaoruko shows her. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Uh, Entitlement. She's showing her entitlement, right? Yeah, and she's so angry that she's reverting to her Kansai dialect. Now, I've never been excluded from any important role for any recital in my life. Now I'm not even a part of the cast? Preposterous! That's why I thought it's gonna be about envy. Envy for Futaba. That someone of quote unquote low birth was able to exceed her and get into the auditions that she did. But in the end, I'm not entirely sure what it was. And there's no place for you. And again, with the entitlement, will you massage my feet? She's used to it. And now jealousy. No wonder you're so much better. You wouldn't be able to achieve it on your own. You had a great teacher, that's why you're better. Yeah, but she learned on her own. Right? Like, okay, she did have a great teacher, but she learned on her own. If you and jealousy, if you like Claude Chan this match, then go stay with her. And she did. I really liked one thing. I really liked that Futaba didn't give in easily. That Kaoruko says, "Okay, well then go live with Claudine," and she goes. And Kaoruko constantly thinks that Futaba is gonna run crying to her, begging for forgiveness, but Futaba doesn't. I like it. I really, really like it when a character isn't playing games. And I really like it when a character who does play games gets their comeuppance. And it's the same in like real life, right? Someone's playing games and whatnot. There was a post, like an exchange on uh, I don't know, Tinder or something, where a girl said, "No, I don't want to meet up with you," or something like that. The dude said, "Okay," and later she's asked, "Hey, why aren't you insisting?" "Well, you said no. I'm not gonna play games. I'm not gonna chase after you. No means no." So, and it's exactly the same thing. and I really like it. I really like Futaba. That she's like, you said you don't want to get anything more to do with me. Well, okay, that's your decision. You said it's final. Okay, it's final. That means it's final. So I'm gonna go live with Claudine now. Easy. I like it. Also, I really like Futaba's design, especially when she's wearing those red earrings. I have a weakness for tomboys, but more than that, I have a weakness for feminine tomboys. I know that it's kind of uh, what do you call it? Uh, fuck. Like tomboys and feminine is like dry water, doesn't really work, but I really like it when there's a tomboy and she's like wearing a dress or has earrings or something. I like that trope. I really do. And I really like Futaba's design because of that. And yeah, Kaoruko now knows that her life is miserable without Futaba because Futaba was doing so many things for her. Right? She was taking her to school. She was exercising with her. She would probably eat those greens for her. I'm assuming that's why Kaoruko is so distressed by those greens, because usually she'd just drop them at Futaba's plate. Futaba would massage her feet. Now she has to do it herself. And I really thought that she's gonna come to appreciate Futaba more through all of this. And that's why I thought that she's actually gonna cut off her button as a means of making it up to Futaba. But alas. And now she decides to leave. Why exactly? That's not quite clear to me, to be perfectly honest with you. Perhaps because she doesn't do well with like not being the best. I think that might be it. She wasn't she she wasn't chosen as the best at the school, so she's gonna go back to her old town, to her old life, where she was the best. She's running away from any sort of challenge, she's running away from any sort of issues, running away back to the life when she was the best, because she has a dire need to be the best. And also, I think it's to spite Futaba. Kind of like to spite my mom, I'm gonna poke my eye out. I'm gonna hurt myself, but that's gonna make the other person sad, and they're gonna get their comeuppance. I think that might be also part of it. No need to worry. You know how to ride the Shinkansen? Yeah, I do. No need to see me off. Well, okay. Gonna be fine then. You know how to ride the Shinkansen? You're all packed. No need to see you off. Sure. Go have fun. Yeah, she's turning around. Is Futaba still here? Is she gonna try to convince me to stay? Oh, I guess she did exactly what I told her to do. Who would have known that you tell a person don't see me off and they're not gonna see you off? Wow, what a novel concept. What were they talking about? You can get into this academy by just clinging to someone else. And yeah, you'll be fine by yourself. Exactly. Futaba is here by her own merit. Wholly and entirely by her own merit. Mm, you have a sense of duty to always be the very best you can. Something about followers and leaders or something like that? I'll miss you. I felt the same sense of duty from you that I hold, Hanayagi-san. Right, leader follower. Maya is like the leader, and Claudine is following her, trying to catch up to her. And this is apparently, according to Maya, a similar dynamic of Kaoruko being in the lead and Futaba being kinda in her shadow, but also trying to chase after her. I don't think that's it. You have a sense of duty to always be the very best you can. Well, Kaoruko clearly doesn't have that sense of duty. That's also one thing that isn't told outright, but I feel like it's implied that Kaoruko is kind of complacent as well, and that's why Futaba was able to catch up to her and even overtake her. Futaba as an up-and-comer with like no pedigree and no I know, noble birth, quote unquote, she, through her very own merit, was able to overtake someone who was born into a family of dancers, who was an amazing dancer from their childhood, because Kaoruko grew complacent and stopped improving. Maybe. I'm getting those vibes. I'm not entirely clear, I'm not entirely sure if that is the case, but that is the vibe I'm getting. Or perhaps Kaoruko focused on her dancing because she comes from a family of dancers and completely dropped the ball on her acting. And that's why she wasn't chosen. That's why Futaba was chosen because she does her very best in every single venue she can. Because she knows that she has no place at this school. She has to try her very best to keep up with the rest. Little did she know that her best let her overtake the best. Hmm. That's kind of the read I'm getting. Again, I'm not sure how correct I am, but those chasing from behind. Well, she's not chasing after you because, again, you explicitly told her not to chase after you, to not see you off. But she came despite that, and now they have a chance to fight it out. The review of promises. I have to beat some sense into it. Yeah, I'll repeat from the very beginning. Hmm. Remember what Karen was saying? Stage girls evolve by the day. That's why Tendo and Claude continue to work hard even after being elites. Yep, because if they grow complacent, someone's ready to overtake them. Everyone who is working to shine even more. And I want to become more than just your fan. Yes, I want to become an equal. I also want to become a stage girl. Hmm. So we made your own flower bloom. Yes, and she did it entirely through her own merit. Large, beautiful flower. And I really was hoping that she's gonna cut off her button. I really think it would have been more impactful. We would have missed out on a pretty amazing fight, but I think the overall impact, like character-wise and drama-wise, I guess, would be much bigger. Now, sure, there is some change to Kaoruko. Kind of similar change that happened to Karen. That she's no longer slouch, she's no longer lazy. She's the first one to wake up, and she's already waking, dressed up and in gear, ready to go to school. Futaba, we've gotta become the best in the world together. Yeah. Pay the tax fare once I've made it in the world. I guess I don't have a choice. Hmm. I guess that ending is also what made me feel unfulfilled, kinda, about this episode. Because although again we might get more insight into how Futaba and Karuko changed in future episodes, but in every single previous episode, the change happened not at the very end of the episode, so we still had the chance to see what exactly change happened, right? With At first we got to see Junna act very friendly with Karen. Then we got to see Karen making the decision to start working like fully and in earnest and trying to get better. We've seen Claudine after Claudine lost. We could see her cranking up her training regime. In previous episode, after all was said and done, we still had a few moments, a few vignettes showing Mahiru after she was changed. Earlier, we saw Hikari returning, and we were able to witness the change in Hikari. And this time, there's only that scene on a motorcycle, essentially. So not that much of a change was shown, and I think that's why I feel like this episode was largely inconsequential. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that when the next episode comes and we see Kaoruko and Futaba interact in like more in longer periods of time than just a drive on a bike, I think that this weird feeling about this episode is gonna pass. I really think so. I think it was solely due to like time constraints that I was kind of a little bit unsatisfied by this episode, and also because of the fact that I wasn't able to identify a clear issue, I guess, that they were fighting over and that needed improvement. There were many, but I'm not quite sure if any of them was actually true. Because did they fight because of Kauruko's envy? Or because of Kauruko's jealousy? Or was it because of Kauruko's entitlement? Or was it because I don't know what else? I'm still not entirely clear. But that might be just on me. Maybe I didn't get something, maybe I didn't fully understand something. That might very well be on me. Uh, if you like know what actually like was the theme here, and it's spoiler free, then do let me know about it in the comments or message me on Discord. Here's the link to my Discord server. Join it, and yeah. Hmm. Maybe I missed something. If I did, then feel free to point it out. The next episode is gonna be about Banana. What's she saying here? Let me take a look. What's going wrong with the performance this time around? It's nothing but new things. Hmm. Their photo. I guess the script of Starlight. It really is best to stick to the script. Hmm. Next time, die banana. I love this visual here of die banana, die banana, die banana, being scattered across the screen. Also, one thing I realized, die banana sounds like daj banana in Polish, which means give me a banana. Daj banana. An interesting tidbit, I guess. Uh, hmm. I wonder what banana's issue is. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Um, Certainly an interesting episode. Perhaps the one that like eludes me the most so far, that I had the most trouble figuring out, understanding maybe. I guess the episode with Hikari running away also wasn't quite clear to me, uh, but at least the resolution was very obvious, and the things that Hikari learned during that episode, the changes that occurred within her. This time, it it's hard to identify any like actual change that happened, so I'm not entirely clear. Pineapple and Maraska cherry tea with linden honey. Yeah, I'm not entirely clear because it seems like everything went back to status quo, essentially, except with Kaoruku being just a slight bit more responsible, and that's it. I think what was missing. Yeah, I think I know what was missing. What was missing is for Kaoruko and Futaba, or at least, yeah, for either Kaoruko and Futaba to have a little bit of a talk about the auditions, or about Kaoruko having some internal monologue about the auditions, or some little vignette of maybe Futaba acting something out after the auditions, training, preparing, or whatever, and Kaoruko cheering her on. I think something like that, some like tiny little few second long scene was missing to fully close and round out this episode. But besides that, I mean, as always, it was interesting. It was really good. Um, what else should I say about it? I think everything that needed saying I said during the during our discussion segment when I was going through this episode, skipping through it. I What I wonder about the most is the next episode, about banana, and I think that's like the biggest takeout from this episode. The thing that really had the most impact on me were the last few moments showing us banana laying somewhere in the on the review stage and talking about some stuff. It was kind of it was very weird because we've never seen anybody just hanging out on that stage, right? Nobody was hanging out underground. If you are down there, you are fighting. You don't go there to hang out. So that's interesting. It also gives me strange, weird vibes of not insidiousness, but kind of like dark. ish vibes that something dark might be going on there. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the things that Banana was talking about and the tone of her voice and her just hanging around the underground stage was giving me those very unsettling vibes, really. Also, the fact that Banana decided to go work backstage for seemingly no reason. I wonder what's her deal. She says that it's best to always stick to the script. So that really has me wonder what her deal is, what her issue is. Is her issue that she has trouble with improv? I don't think it's quite that simple. Is her issue that she had a plan figured out already for like 3 years of school and whatnot, and then suddenly Hikari appeared and threw her plans out of the window because here comes an unknown variable and things start changing, people start changing, and none of that was in Banana's plans. So she decides to go to work on backstage where things don't change. She did have issue with the two other girls deciding to not pick Maya and Claudine for leading roles. Ha. She believed that since Maya and Claudine were the leads last year, they should be the leads this year as well. She has issues with change. That much is certain. To what degree, though, and what issues exactly, that remains to be seen, and that's what we're gonna see in the next episode. But right now, I think that's all I had to say, so now it's your turn to say something down in the comments. What did you think of this episode, my reaction, of my theories, stuff like that? Just leave it spoiler free, please. I want to experience it myself, completely blind. That's the way I want to enjoy media. And so don't spoil me things, because you get worse reactions if you spoil me stuff. I get unhappy because I was spoiled. Everybody loses. There are no winners. If you do want to talk spoilers, you can join my Discord. Link is right up here. And you can join the Revue Starlight channel and use spoiler tags and talk spoilers right there. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Support me on Patreon, link in the description. If you want to watch Revue Starlight early, for $10 a month, you get early access to Revue Starlight and to Symphogear G. The rest comes out as soon as I can record it and upload it. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases, not only of Revue Starlight, but also Symphogear G, Skeleton Knight in Another World, Virgin Road, Spy X Family, and Shield Hero Season 2. I heard the next episode of Shield Hero Season 2 is gonna be interesting, because there are some staff changes and whatnot. So if you're interested as well, stay subscribed and click the bell icon and whatnot. If you want to support me non-monetarily, you can also do so, of course, by sharing my videos with other people who you think would enjoy it, because the more you spread the word, the more YouTube itself spreads the word, and I noticed that a lot of my videos are being accessed from like recommended section on other people's videos, and that's how you know you made it on YouTube, because YouTube itself recommends your videos under other people's content. What else do I need to mention? I think that's it. Comment, like, subscribe, join my Discord, join my Patreon. Right, for just $1 on Patreon, you get early access. No, you don't get early access for $1. You need $10 for that. But for $1, you get a role on my Discord server, and that gives you like sneak peeks in a Patreon only channel, and it gives you an orange role, and it also gives you a place in the credits of every video, a credits that will be showed up really soon after I'm done with my outro. That goes something like this. That's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers. And here's the credits that I mentioned. You get to be here no matter the tier you subscribe to.